हैप्पी मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। कैसा लग रहा है लॉकडाउन में? एक तो आप हमेशा बाहर जाते थे, घूमते थे, स्कूल जाते थे, पढ़ते थे, खेलते थे, अपनी इच्छा के मालिक थे, और एकदम से आपकी लाइफ को रोक दिया गया है। आज हम सब लोग घर पे बैठे हैं और इतने परेशान हैं कि बस एक ऑर्डर का वेट कर रहे हैं कि लॉकडाउन इज क्लोज्ड नाउ एंड यू ऑल आर फ्री टू गो आउट। कितनी खुशी होगी ये सुनते ही। तो मैंने सोचा दैट क्यों ना इस टाइम में कुछ ऐसा टॉपिक लिया जाए जो इस टाइम से रिलेटेड हो। सो आई गॉट अ पोएम दैट इज अ टाइगर इन द जू बाय लेस्ली नॉरिस. Leslie Norris, he is a short story writer as well and a poet. Here, the life of a tiger is shown when he is placed in a zoo, when he becomes a caged tiger. How is the tiger when he is in the forest? And how is the tiger when he is in the zoo? So let's discuss all these points. The very first point about a caged tiger is he remains confined. What do you mean by confined? Confined means he is in a limited area. He is not free. He is roaming, he is walking around in the cage itself. He cannot go out. He is helpless. He is full of agony. And his true personality is hidden. What is the true personality of a tiger? He is arrogant. He is full of anger. He is full of pride. When he walks, we can feel the kingly attitude in the walk of the tiger. Let's see the life of a tiger in the forest. The very first, I have used here three F's. Three F's. Free, fearless and ferocious. He remains free. There is no fear at all in his life. He is the king of forest and he is ferocious. Everybody scares of tiger. That's why he is ferocious. He can hunt freely in the forest. He can get his food on his own. Whatever he likes. He remains happy. He is full of pride, as I said. And his true personality is always visible. Now let's start reading of the poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes. Stalks. The very first word, he stalks. That means he walks, he proceeds in his vivid stripes. Why stripes? Stripes means the lines on his body. The tiger is golden yellowish in color and it has black stripes, sometimes white stripes as well on his body. So it is about the color of his body. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet. Pads. That means his paws. उसके पंजे जब वो चलता है. On pads of velvet quiet. Why velvet quiet? His paws are like velvet. When he walks, he keeps his imprints in such a way that it doesn't make noise. आप देखते हो टाइगर जब चलता है तो इस तरह चलता है कि उसके चलने की आवाज नहीं होती. And that is very much important for him to get his prey. The few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Again the poet uses the word quiet along with rage. Rage means anger. You can see that two opposites are used together. Quiet means शांत. Rage, anger, गुस्सा. तो दो opposites को एक साथ यूज किया गया है. So here we see the figure of speech oxymoron. What is the name of the figure of speech here? Oxymoron. Where two opposites are used together, giving different meanings. Here, the walk of the tiger is explained. When he walks in the cage, he is walking without making any noise because we never hear the sound made by his feet. Why this quiet rage? Because he has to hide his anger. There is no use of showing anger in the cage. So he always hides his anger. That is not his true personality. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. He should be lurking. What do you mean by lurking? Lurking means hiding yourself. When a tiger goes for hunt, then he hides himself behind a bush so that the prey, generally it is a deer, the deer will not be able to see the tiger. So he hides himself behind the bushes. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Plump deer pass. That means the deer is walking and the tiger is waiting for the fight. That means lurking means he is hiding himself. He is waiting for the coming fight. What will be the fight now? He is going to attack on the deer to make him as his food. Next stanza. We should be snarling around. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle edge. Let's discuss the word snarling. Snarling again, he is coming around the buildings of the city. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle edge. Edge means बैंक, किनारा, जंगल के किनारे पे जहाँ कोई कुछ हाउसेस होते हैं, बाहर की तरफ एक छोटा सा शहर बसा हुआ होता है, वहाँ पे टाइगर जाता है, घूमते हुए अचानक पहुँच जाता है. तो जैसे ही जंगल अगर किसी गांव में, टाउन में एंटर होता है, तो what is the effect of his entry in that particular place? Everybody gets scared and they start screaming for life. सब अपने लाइफ के लिए चिल्लाना शुरू करते हैं, डर जाते हैं, अलर्ट हो जाते हैं कि हमारे आसपास कहीं ना कहीं टाइगर है. So he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs. Baring, that means he is trying to show his fangs. Fangs here, white teeth. जो उसके बाहर दांत निकले हुए होते हैं उन्हें कहा जाता है fangs. F-A-N-G-S, fangs. Baring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. जैसे here the poet is expressing his expression, facial expression, that when he is in anger and when he wants to terrorize the villagers, then he makes a kind of facial expression with his fangs that shows his anger. Seen. Then in the second and third stanza, the poet has shown the word should, that he should be. That means when he is in the forest, then what will be the life of this tiger? But at present, he is in the cage in a zoo. But he is locked in a concrete cell. In this stanza, he starts with the word but. This word shows helplessness. कि वो आज वो जंगल में नहीं है, आज वो कहाँ है? He is in the concrete cell. वो एक ऐसे पिंजरे में बंधा हुआ है जो कंक्रीट का बना हुआ है. His strength behind bars. और उसकी पूरी ताकत आज कहाँ है? Behind the bars. इस पिंजरे में वो कैद है और आज उसकी ताकत छुप चुकी है. His strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Today, visitors are there. बच्चे, बूढ़े, बड़े सब उसको देख रहे हैं. They are making a fun of him. They are trying to imitate him. They are trying to make him to do something. But he is ignoring all the visitors. वो किसी को नहीं देखना चाहता, वो किसी की तरफ कोई रेस्पॉन्ड शो नहीं करता. सब चाहते हैं कि वो कुछ रेस्पॉन्ड करे, बट ही इज नॉट एट ऑल इंटरेस्टेड. ही इज इग्नोरिंग ऑल द विजिटर्स because that's not his life, that's not his personality. So he is not able to show himself with his true image. He hears the last voice at night. Last voice at night. वो कौन सी आवाज है जो लास्ट में वो रात को वो सुनता है, और वो आवाज किसकी है? The patrolling cars. Cars which come for patrolling. Patrolling means checking. For last checking. रात को जो वहाँ पर सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स हैं, जो वहाँ सिक्योरिटी के लिए रखे हुए होते हैं जू में, वो अपनी कार को लेकर चारों तरफ चक्कर लगाते हैं, पेट्रोलिंग करते हैं, चेक करते हैं कि कहीं कोई एनिमल बाहर तो नहीं रह गया, कहीं कोई पिंजरे में कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है, इफ़ देयर इज़ एनी प्रॉब्लम. So he hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. And stares. Stares means कई देर तक देखते रहना, घूरना. यहाँ पोएट ने वर्ड यूज किया है brilliant. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. वो उन कार्स को देखता है, उनकी कार्स की आवाज को सुनता है, और फिर कहाँ देखता है? उन ब्रिलियंट स्टार्स की तरफ. इस वर्ड से पोएट क्या कहना चाहता है कि he stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars, क्योंकि उसकी आंखों में एक चमक है. ओके, जैसे तारे हमसे बहुत दूर हैं, उनकी चमक हमसे बहुत दूर है, वैसे ही उसकी आंखों की जो चमक है वो उसकी लाइफ से अब बहुत दूर हो चुकी है. दैट मीन्स ही कैन नेवर बी हैप्पी एज ही वॉज इन द फॉरेस्ट. We have done the reading of the poem and its explanation. Now let's discuss about the poetic devices, the figures of speech which are introduced in this poem by the poet. In board exam, you get 1 mark question like name the poet and the poem. That means the name of the poem and the name of the poet is very much important to get 1 mark. Similarly, there are some questions that which poetic device do you find in the above line? Which figure of speech do you see in the above line? So let's see the first figure of speech or the poetic device which is there in the poem, and that is personification. Personification where the non-animate things are shown as animate, the living beings. For tiger, the poet is using he. Generally हम animals के लिए क्या use करते हैं? It. But here the poet is using he for the tiger. That means he has shown the tiger as a person. So he has personified the tiger. Next is metaphor. Velvet, जो उसके paws हैं, जो उसके पंजे हैं, उसको किससे कंपेयर किया है? Velvet. So that is metaphor. Third one is enjambment. आप देखेंगे कि in this poem the poet is not using any punctuation mark except the full stop. वो 3-4 लाइन्स को लिखने के बाद में लास्ट में एक फुल स्टॉप लगा देता है. देयर इज नो कॉमा, नो सेमीकोलन, नथिंग, सिंपली फुल स्टॉप इन द एंड. सो दैट इज एंजम्पमेंट. व्हाट इज द राइम स्कीम ऑफ द पोएम? A B C B, because here the second word, the last word of second line matches with the last word of the fourth line. So let's read the poem so that you will understand. One stanza I will read you in front of you again. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage. Cage is the last word of second line. On pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. So cage and rage, they have the same sound. So that is B. Okay, so A, B, C, B. Next is oxymoron. That also I have already explained to you in this lesson. The two opposites are used together. Here the poet is showing the emotions of the tiger which are hidden. जो गुस्सा उसके अंदर भरा पड़ा है, जो इरिटेशन उसके अंदर भरी पड़ी है कि he is in the cage, he is not able to live his life freely like in the forest. तो उस गुस्से को वो छुपाए हुए है. तो छुपाया हुआ गुस्सा, दैट मीन्स क्वाइट रेज. वो शांत दिख रहा है लेकिन उस शांति के पीछे क्या है? उसका गुस्सा. सो दिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज ऑक्सीमोरन. using the poetic devices, let's discuss some of the important questions of this poem. We can divide these questions in two parts. The first part is value-based questions and the second one is theme-based questions. So, what is the theme of the poem? As we see the title, A Tiger in the Zoo. Can you tell me what can be the reason to bring the tigers in a zoo? हम क्यों एनिमल्स को उनके नेचुरल हैबिटेट से अलग करके उनको एक केज में शिफ्ट कर देते हैं? क्यों उनको पिंजरे में रख दिया जाता है? फॉर आवर सेल्फिश एंड्स. We want to expand our agriculture, we want to expand our industries and business, and these jungles, these forests are destroyed, and then we expand our own ends, and these innocent animals, they are kept in a limited area, and that may be a zoo. So here, what is the effect of this loss in the life of that particular animal? As we see in the life of this tiger, he is not with his true image, he is not with his true personality, he is hiding his emotions, he is full of anger, he is full of irritation, but he is not showing that. Instead, he has become helpless, and the poet describes the plight of this tiger very beautifully in the poem. So, what is the theme now? That the animals are separated from their natural habitat on account of the selfish ends of the humans. That is totally cruel on the parts of humans. That they are very much cruel towards animal world. Next is draw a contrast between the tiger in the zoo and a forest. So here I have already written the points and we have discussed that how a tiger is in the forest and how he will be in a cage. Next one is how does the tiger hunt in the forest? The poet describes his movement, that he hides himself behind a bush, and he is waiting to attack on his prey, and the prey may be a deer who is passing by and the tiger is waiting to attack on him. So that complete description you have to write there. Next one is how does a tiger terrorize humans? With fangs and with the face expression, with the eyes, bright eyes and the fearful fangs, he shows his anger with his growl image, and it terrorizes the villagers. Enters any village or a city or a town, and what a havoc is created with his entry, with his fearful expressions, that everybody starts screaming for life. That same you have to write here. Now let's come to the value-based questions. There are many. I have written one question which is important here. Tigers are vanishing day by day. That means tiger population is decreasing day by day. And what can be the reason for this? What is the real cause behind it? Should it be stopped? क्या उसे रोकना चाहिए? क्या इस कम होती हुई संख्या को हमें रोकना चाहिए? हमें टाइगर्स को बचाना चाहिए? Why? So whatever is your answer, whether हाँ बचाना चाहिए तो क्यों बचाना चाहिए? नहीं बचाना चाहिए तो क्यों नहीं बचाना चाहिए? So that you have to write. Tigers are vanishing. Of course they are vanishing. हम टाइगर्स के हंट करते हैं. Why do the humans go for hunting? Because of their status symbol, the very first thing. Second, they want to play with the animals. They want to make a fun of the animals with their plays, with their sports. And they attack, they kill the tigers, they poach them, they encroach their land for their own selfish ends, for their business. और यहाँ तक कि वो अपने जो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटस है उसको भी बढ़ाते हैं. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स वी आर अर्निंग विद द लाइफ ऑफ एन इनोसेंट एनिमल, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दे आर डिक्रीजिंग. Should it be stopped? Obviously it should be stopped. Why? Because tiger is a backbone of food web. Just listen my word very carefully. I am not saying food chain. It is food web. फूड वेब का बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग पार्ट है टाइगर. अगर ये नहीं होगा तो देयर विल बी ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ अदर एनिमल्स लाइक डियर्स एंड goats, so many animals, they will increase in number and that will disturb the food web, and automatically it will affect on human life. So it will be a disaster if tiger population will not be in a balanced state. आज टाइगर पॉपुलेशन बहुत ही लो स्ट्रेंथ में है, हमें उसे बैलेंस्ड स्ट्रेंथ में लाना होगा. So in this whole poem we have seen one factor as very important in anybody's life, whether he is a human or animals, and what is that? That is freedom. If you don't have freedom, you cannot feel yourself as if you are living. I have written one line here: unless one is free, one is not alive. Unless one is free, one is not alive. जब तक अगर हम फ्री नहीं हैं, जब तक हम फ्री नहीं हैं, तब तक हम जिंदा नहीं हैं. और ये इस लॉकडाउन में आप लोग महसूस कर रहे होंगे. थैंक यू.